We are James and Jennifer Boyd, owners of a tile and remodel company, as well as a home decor and gift boutique in North Carolina. Join us as we share home design and decor tips, as well as how-to tutorials as we work through some of our own projects at home. Now, sure. Oh, I'm registering. It's working. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, I got sound
We're
now.
back. All right.
All right.
So I was saying,
Okay, am I on here? Do you got me? You got James in the chat room?
I believe we do.
All right, Jen, you're on the main mic.
I am.
We got Ashlyn over there. She's in the chat room and fixing all of our problems as they occur.
Yes. So I'm gonna tilt this.
Mom says yes. Mark PC says yes.
Yay.
All right. Brand new mics tonight, guys. Brand new mics.
Yes, we've got brand new mics, so hopefully the sound is better and hopefully we won't cut in and out like we were before.
Ashlyn was bringing in some equipment in London to do a show, and we've got some of that equipment ourselves. So hopefully it's a more permanent solution now.
Yes. So when you couldn't hear me, I was saying that summer is my absolute favorite season. I love the sunshine. I love hanging out by the pool. We got to do a little bit of that last week while we were on vacation.
Dancing, we have sound.
Yay!
No.
Wonderful. So I love the summer months, and I know, being an adult, you don't really have the summer off, but there's something about summer that just feels more relaxed to me. I don't know why. Our schedule is still as crazy as ever, but for some reason it just feels a little more relaxing than other times of the year. What's your favorite time of year, James?
Spring and fall, definitely spring and fall. I love being outdoors, and I feel it's cold,
Yes.
and they're going to get hotter.
Actually quite toasty up in the studio today. We have a little unit that we use in this space, but so that you guys can hear us just fine, we have to turn that off. So it's a bit of a sweatbox right now.
Yeah, she's not joking about that.
I was good. Ashlyn's eyes became about this big when I said that, and he's like,
Mhm.
yes, it is. So, all right, we've got a great show built for you guys. The best part about summer is the bright sunny days and all the beautiful color that goes on with the flowers and the greenery. Fun fact, I have hostas in my front yard, and every year the deer let them grow nice and lush, and then they eat them to the ground. However, I've discovered a way to save them by one of our clients. And our neighbors took care of those hostas for us, kept them alive. But one of the things I love about those hostas is the beautiful green that they add to the garden. Well, all of these colors and all this life going on outside, why not bring it inside for this time of year? Bring that bright sunshine in through beautiful colors, bring some of that life in with plants or wood tones or all kinds of different items. And since I'm at a loss of words, let's get to the items that we're talking about today, because these are pieces that we have over at the boutique that kind of do that. They bring this vibe of the outdoors or nature or wildlife in home. So let's get to our first item, which are brand new fern prints. Let me grab.
Yes.
Okay.
I just figured out where it is on Facebook. We're actually streaming live again on Facebook. We were moved from Facebook to YouTube because when we were on Facebook, we got anywhere from 800 to 1,200 views per show. We moved to YouTube and our numbers went down significantly. So we are on Facebook and YouTube together now, and something called Twitch.
Which? Mm-hmm.
We're on Twitch. It's where the kids are these days. We're not sure what Twitch is, but Ashlyn knows, and that's all that matters. And so she has us on Twitch, and we're twitching.
We're twitching.
I don't know what you do on Twitch, but that's what we're doing.
Okay. So moving on to our first item, bringing the outdoor in. I'm getting a bit of reflection because of the glass on this piece. So I'm going to try to hold it up close, and you can see it in the video as well. We have this beautiful print of a fern. It's more of a moody vibe. I don't know if you've been paying attention to decor, but we're kind of shifting from all this white on white on white to more moody, deep, rich colors, earthy colors like greens, terracottas, and all of those blues still heavy in the design world. But this piece, it kind of has more of a moody vibe going on. I love the movement that you see in the fern, and I'm going to try to show you up close. Here we go. You see the detail on each of those? Looks like the fern has been pressed right onto a black surface under the glass, but it's actually a print. It's framed so nicely in this black and gold distressed frame. You can see it has kind of that, it's black with just hints of gold showing through along the edges and kind of showing through around the frame itself. This piece is $99. We have two different prints that you can see in on screen. This is the one fern, and then we've got the two fern branches there on piece. But again, both pieces are $99, and it kind of brings that moody botanical vibe. in to your home. So if dark and moody isn't your thing and you're still liking light and airy, that's okay. My house is light and airy because I love light. It lightens my spirits, it lightens my mood.
It's funny, our house is light and airy, but both of our offices are dark and moody.
What does that say about us?
Don't know.
Psychology there.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're liking something a little more light and airy, let's move to the next item.
This is sound, by the way. Is everybody hearing everything okay?
Yes, please let us know.
That's been the one thing we struggled about since we started this show. And that worked out.
Yes, we've got new mics going on. Each of us are mic'd, so we're hoping that that's fixed the little sound.
We got a mixing board. We got a little thing that takes it from an audio signal. So these little issues worked out.
Right. We have all kinds of great things going on. So I'm really loving these pieces as well. Now, fun fact, I was sitting at market taking a little lunch break. In other words, I was sitting at a table across a booth eating my rice cakes and peanut butter when I spotted this particular booth, and this is a company that I buy from frequently, but they had all of their new pieces out, this being one of them, and the pieces on your screen being another. And I was looking at them across the room, and I just felt like these were very lovely. I liked the bright green against that cream background. I liked that nickeled frame. I liked the little beading that was going on the interior edge, the interior rim of that frame. I thought they were very peaceful. So you can see the close up of the ginkgo leaves. That's what these are. These pieces that you're seeing on your screen are of a ginkgo leaf. And I think they're beautiful. I love the flow and movement. I love the bright green. And I just think they're cheerful. And they add a little bit of that outside in to your home. These prints are also $99, and that is $99 each for both of these, for what's on your screen as well.
Says your sound is good.
Yay!
John says my sound's cutting out just a little bit when I'm talking. It might be because I look around a lot. Maybe I'm spinning my head too much.
Okay.
Try to stay focused and look at the mic.
Gotcha. All right, let's move on to another piece of art, which is our watercolor trees. I've had these on the show before, but I really wanted to showcase them today in a way that this is a perfect example of bringing nature in. The trees have beautiful kind of sweeping movement to them. I just think they're soft and very peaceful. We've had many admirers of these pieces, and everyone has the exact same comment every single time, and that is that it's so soft and peaceful, and it would be perfect as artwork in bathroom, outer room, doing two of those pieces over a large freestanding tub. That would be nice as well. But they could also be beautifully hung over maybe a headboard in a bedroom, or bringing that nice peaceful vibe in a living room space as well. So each of these are $399. James, can you give us the dimensions on these pieces?
These are the park trees.
Yes.
They're 29.5 wide by 29.5 tall, and they're 1.5 inch thick.
Okay, so
and let me know how that turned out audio-wise, because I've got a couple comments that my mic is cutting out. So I've moved my mic a little further away from my mouth, and maybe that will help.
Maybe. So yes, as you're watching, remember to comment. Comment if our sound is poor in any way, because that's something we've been working on. Also comment on what we're showcasing tonight. Is there something that we're showing that you are, hey, Regina. Okay. Better? Maybe?
I think so.
Okay. So, um, all right, let's move on to the next item, which is taking. Okay.
It's gone again. There we go.
So, yeah. Try something real quick.
Okay.
Actually, maybe you can tell the people what we're doing. I'm going to try a new mic cable. Because maybe the problem was the cable.
And not the mic. Okay.
It seems to be actually a Streamlabs issue.
Oh.
Really?
It's a Streamlabs issue, almost positively.
Okay.
Gotcha. So
So-
so it's a software issue.
Yes. Your
Okay.
cable should be fine.
Okay. So
Alright.
we'll just
Hey,
carry
guys.
on.
First time on screen, right?
Yes. If we haven't mentioned, it's a sweat box in here, and I am sweating like a pig. I'm trying not to, but whew, it's hot. All right. As I was saying, the next item that we're going to be talking about is taking some of those artificial botanicals that we have in the showroom at the boutique, or even taking live items. You can even take live flowers and mix them with the artificials as well, just to kind of make something nice and full. Here's a little tutorial on how I did this at the boutique.
It is officially summer, and I don't know about you, but I'm a summer girl and I like to be outside. I love the summertime and I love the outdoors. But the practicality of that, I can't be outdoors all of the time. So in the summer or during any time of the year, we bring the outside in. I have a big draw to do this, especially this time of year, because there's so much lush greenery and bright, vibrant colors that I just want that same beauty that you see outside in my home. So there's various ways to do this with live plants or artificial, and today we're going to talk about the artificial because that's what we have at the shop. This can be done in so many different ways. You can do something as simple and subtle as playing around with a monochrome palette and just toying with greens and different greeneries. The idea behind this particular arrangement is playing off of the greens, but also playing on texture and adding height to the vessel that it's in. Notice that the vessel is more of a modern look, so this particular piece can go in a modern home. The vessel that the arrangements are in definitely drive the look of what they are going to become. Whenever somebody brings in a vase or a basket or something for me to do an arrangement in, if you're not comfortable doing your own and they've brought it to me, I always take a look at what kind of vessel they have for me, and then I start planning in my head whether or not we do need to do something simple and let the vessel itself shine and be the showcase, or if the arrangement itself needs to be the showcase. Also need to think about size of the arrangement needs to complement the size of the vessel. So this arrangement, I think, does a nice, fine job playing off of those greens. But say you want to do something that's a little more earthy, bringing in pops of color. You can do something more like this arrangement where it's more open and airy, and we're bringing in those vibrant oranges in the lilies and the oranges in the little berries, that pretty cranberry color in the berries. Ironically, this greenery was also used in that arrangement, and how different they look when they're arranged in a different way. We've added in the nice ferns, again, to give that kind of open, airy, woodsy look in this particular arrangement. So what if you're starting from scratch? What if you've got a vessel and you're not quite sure what to do with it? We're going to build this one up with some of our new botanicals that we brought in this summer. So we're going to start with something trailing, because this is a pretty tall vase. This vase is $46, and this is a taller piece. So we're going to use this foxtail and just kind of tuck him down in and let him trail and be off to one side. Whenever I do this, I like it to be a little asymmetrical. Don't want to do the curtain thing across the front because now you've lost the vase. So we want to tuck that off to the side and let it trail. And I'm even letting it trail down onto the table a little bit. This is great for if you've got a table that's a little longer and you need to kind of cover some space on it as well. So now that we've got our green, let's build it with a little more green. I think we're going to play off of some more greens. We've got these nice new money plants in, and they're $10.75 each. I've got 2 stems that I think we're going to use on this. They have nice long stems. Now, if I had this at home, I'd probably trim it down a notch, but because it's in the shop and I don't want to trim it down because I don't own it, it's going to stand a little taller than I'd like it to. We're just going to let him be a little taller than he should, but it'll make a little more sense when I start putting other things in, I think. So we're going to tuck 2 of those in, and I'm going to let one go one direction and one go the other a little bit. The more I add in, the less floppy they'll be. So right now you're looking at this thinking, oh, it kind of looks like an alien with antennae. Trust me, trust the process. So let's throw in maybe some of our pretty pink ranunculus. These are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stems. They look so, so real. I have 3 of them. So I've done 1, 2s. You know, some of you will say, not supposed to do things in pairs. Well, trust me on this one, 2 is all you need. But we're going to add 3 of the ranunculus, and we're going to tuck those down in. And I'm kind of using the foxtail as a little bit of a hand to prop things up and do things kind of on different levels, because I don't want all of these to sink down at the same height like that. I don't like the look of that. So I want one to stand a little taller than the other and kind of add variation in height. To play off of those pinks, we're going to add our bright, vibrant peony bud. We're going to bend him out and around a little bit because I think we're going to tuck some of these up forward in the pale pink ranunculus. So we're going to tuck him down in. Maybe. Doesn't want to go. There he goes. Tuck him down in, and we're going to kind of lean some of these buds forward so they peek through the ranunculus a little bit. So it's not a line of peonies, a line of ranunculus. We've got a little bit going on there. Don't be afraid to kind of bend and droop some of the stems too, because realistically, not all flowers stand at attention perfectly. Let some of those droop off to the side, face forward a little. Even put a crook in one. To play off of the pink, we're going to add these little buds. They're little pink buds that have not opened yet. What are these called? Hypericum? Hypericum? This is a flower I'm not familiar with, clearly. But this is $10.75. And the reason I want to add this in is because it's another layer and play on the pink, but also texture. I really, really like the texture that this adds to the arrangement. We're just going to kind of tuck that down in on the front. These guys need to tuck back a little better. There we go. Now, I've got a lot of this pink going on, and I feel like everything is just kind of coning up. I need something kind of big and full over here to offset and balance the thing that's draping over here. And I'm going to do that with a nice big white magnolia. So the magnolia has great wire in every single petal. So if you wanted to close this all up, you could to make it more look more like a bud, a magnolia bud. Ooh, maybe should have put this guy in first because of his fat chunky stem. But I kind of want him, I think I'm going to pull this one up and out for a second so that I can get him down in without smushing everything else down low. We're going to play around with him, manipulate him a little bit, and now I'm going to tuck that ranunculus back in there to keep it nice and full. And I think we're going to call this arrangement done. Now, as I said before, these money plants, I'd want them to be more tucked in like this when the arrangement's complete. And to be able to do that, I would need to snip the ends. They're standing a little taller than I would like to. And I'd also like to pull some of those up and into the flowers a little bit and not stand at attention all behind the arrangement. But I think this gives you a good idea. I may even, if this were mine, I'd probably snip these money plant stems and snip some that were shorter and tuck a few of them up front as well. So when you bring these home, don't think that you have to keep them just as you purchased them. Cut them apart into bits and pieces. If you're afraid to do that, bring your vessel to Trish or myself. Give us an idea of what particular pieces you would like to use in your arrangement, or if you have no idea, just give us an idea of where it will go, what color palette you might want to use, whether you want to do something nice and simple and monochrome in the greens, or if you'd like to bring in some of the colors, and we can start putting and building together something for you. The way it works is we take a picture and process, we text it to you and say, is this the right direction? Yes, no, can you move this around? We help you out that way. Come back, pick up your arrangement, we tweak it, final tweaks, and it's ready to go.
All right, so I hope that was helpful. This is that arrangement that was created video. So again, if I had this at home, I would probably take these money plant stems, these guys right here, and I would trim the base of it down so that I could kind of intertwine these guys a little more into the arrangement instead of them kind of hovering over top. I would allow a few of them to be up tall, but I would want some down in here and up high and just kind of let them fill out a little more. But you get the gist of what's going on there. For a nice, full, colorful arrangement. I really like the soft pinks and the soft greens in this. So again, floral arrangements don't have to be intimidating. Just keep poking and playing around with them until you get the look that you're hoping for. And if this is something that you're like, okay, I am not good at this, it's not something I can do, bring your vessel in. We'll walk you around and pick out a few of the colors and things that you'd like, and we'll help you put this together for you. Or if you don't have a vase that you particularly care for at home, pick one up at the boutique. We have plenty of them. So we picked this for more of those earthy tones, kind of sticking with the vibe of the show tonight. And that nice earthy vase showcases those light greens and light pinks.
And George has just joined the chat for tonight. He said, better late than never.
Hey, George, great to have you with us. I was wondering where you might be. We miss you. So, a show just isn't a show without George around. Actually, a show isn't a show without any of you around. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So, what do you think? Floral arrangements, is it your thing or not so much? It is fixed, and there we are. We're back again. Okay. So oh, George was at a dinner party. I hope the dinner was delicious. All right. That is our earthy vase. The top portion is clear. You can see me. Hello. And the bottom has streaks of all of those earthy colors of creams and browns and golden tones. I love the interesting shape of this vase. It's just unique. I love the asymmetry of it. It's $75. It does have a foam base on the bottom of it to protect your surface that it sits on. But it's beautiful with this nice kind of squatty, just greenery going on. But we've also had stems that are quite tall blooming out of it, and it's quite lovely that way as well. So a bunch of different ways to use this, or if you just want the vessel completely empty and just showcase the vessel itself, it's beautiful that way as well. Inside. So just two little bundles. What an impact and difference that makes. It just brings everything to life, doesn't it? Again, that whole idea of bringing the outside in, and we're bringing that outside vibe of the greenery into this vase. These bundles are only $10.75 a piece. And again, the vase is $75. James, can you give us the dimensions of the vase?
Then half the pattern vase? Is that the one we're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 14 inches long, 9.5 inches wide, and 3 inches deep.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
We
So,
switched to a different live studio mic here, and the sound's not as good, but we're getting sound.
okay.
So we're still thinking it's a software issue. It's not the hardware. So we just don't want to. Looks like we had to do a reset, and we don't want to do that live in the show.
No.
So thank you all for bearing with us as we work through the audio issues.
Video continues. All right, moving on to our next item, and bringing the outdoors in, bringing in some wooden pieces. Ginormous dough bowl. Are we still without audio? Can you switch the scene, please? Thank you. Ashlyn's over there working her way.
Sorry,
Or something.
focused on audio.
But ginormous dough bowl that we have. It is hand carved. I'll show you nice and close. You can see all that hand carved detail. So as I step away, that's more true to color, and same with the video. When I bring it up close, it kind of grays it out a little bit. But I wanted you to just see the detail of that wood. It's not faux wood. This is a solid wood piece. It's $60. And James, could you give the dimensions of this?
Yes, it's 40 inches long, 10.5 inches wide, and 3 inches tall.
Yeah. So this would be stunning, filled with, you could do a greenery, a wide greenery arrangement in this. Fill it with artificial fruits. All different great ways to bring color and life to this. This would be beautiful running down the center of a rectangular table, or beautiful on a nice long sofa table or a long cabinet. Again, just filling it with all kinds of greenery and color to really bring the wood piece to life. All right. Another way to bring wood into your space is with this beautiful wood lamp. Snatch it. Display so you can see this nice and close. This lamp is made out of chunks of wood that have been glued together, cut down, and it just makes such an interesting conversation piece. Absolutely beautifully done, beautifully stained. It has a felted bottom, again, to protect your surface that it's resting on. It takes a 60-watt bulb. I like the nice linen oatmeal-y colored shade going on. Jen, if it passes Jen, the shade snob's radar, it's a good one. Really like the shade on that. It's a shorter kind of squatty lamp. James, the dimensions on this lamp?
Sorry, I'm still working on the sound over here. I don't have the dimensions on the lamp.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. I do not have them handy.
About how tall loops?
I would say that lamp is about 22.73 inches tall. And it's probably a width of about 14.98. And then it's a depth of about 7 and 15/16. Roughly.
Give or take.
I'm pretty close.
A 16.
I'd say that's pretty precise.
You're it.
Told Trish today, precision is my middle name.
That's right. So this lamp is $215. Again, brings great character, bringing kind of that earthy wooden vibe in, but not in so much a cabiny way. I would say it's more of a modern take on rustic.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, this is one of the ones I fell in love with as soon as I saw it, and it's not because it's dark. I wouldn't say it's super cottagey.
No.
It is more of a modern looking cottagey piece.
Mm-hmm.
The way they put the wood together, but they've done it in a very nice way. I'm not as a fan of the cottagey looking pieces; they're a little too rustic for me.
Mm-hmm.
But this one being a rustic piece, I still like the look of it because of the finish they put on. Yeah, it's more of a modern cottage.
Just,
Like Shushubi Bun.
it kind of does, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Which is a waterproofing treatment done with flames. Burning stuff.
But kind of this is done with stain. All right, let's move on to another wooden piece, and that is this wooden clock is definitely more of a modern vibe. There's no lodge look to this at all.
Yeah.
I like how the clock has been segmented to show you the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. With the way it's been separated. It's very simple. It has brushed gold hands to it. Hands to it, because clock hands work that way. But a really interesting piece. It's only $179, which I think is a great value for the style that this clock has. It is, again, solid wood. It's not faux wood or artificial. It is real wood. Done in that dark stain, definitely a modern vibe to it. This would be stunning off of a lightly colored wall to really make that that wood tone stand out. James, do you have the diameter of this clock?
I do. It's 30 inches around, 30 inches across.
30 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
So a good size. Not overpowering though. It's not gigantic. It would be gigantic on the wall, but it's a decent size. People say, I've heard people say, oh, who uses clocks anymore? I use them. And I know other people well, not just to tell time, but to add some nice detail to a wall other than just another painting, another piece of art. All right. Moving on to something a little softer, we've got a beautiful silken pillow. Very beautifully done. Love the gorgeous color in this. So my camera is kind of muting some of these colors. It's titled, I thought it was titled Yellow Jacket, but he's not wearing a yellow jacket, he's wearing a blue jacket. I think I might have had another. But it is a down fill. Nice and squishy. You can see that nice shape. Nice squishy down fill. So body chop it or body chopping the but just a gorgeous pillow, so soft and luxurious. It is $125, so it is a little more for a pillow, but if you felt it and squeezed it, you would see why. It's beautiful quality done with the stitched this. James, what size is this pillow?
It's 19 inches square.
Okay, 19 inches square. Yeah. Bringing that outdoors in, bringing the bright, beautiful. That gorgeous horse that this is beautiful, bringing in nature from the sky and the grass, as well as the wildlife. Okay, we've got one more item to share with you, and that's not so much decor, but edible.
George says not 19.236 inches square.
Right? So that brings us to our local honey. So
which sells like crazy.
It does. I buy it in this size. I buy the large jar for our home. I share it with a dog.
I was just going to come up and talk about that for a second.
Yes.
They say take honey for local honey for allergies because local honey comes from local plants and those are the plants that are causing the allergies. So it's best to take local honey. We've noticed our dog's paws are getting a little bit red, like a rash or something,
And her
nose. And we're like, what is going on? Well, she's running around in the pine straw, sniffing at stuff. Her paws are in the pine straw, her nose in the pine straw. And during allergy season, she gets like these little red outbreaks on her paws and her nose. We're like, she's having allergy reaction. But the dogs are allergic to stuff just like we're allergic to stuff. And the honey is amazing. And at $24,
Yeah, the large jar is $24.95.
That's going to last more than a month. Hey, you know how much it costs to take the dog to the vet and say, hey, I think my dog's got allergies. Can you pump her full of medications? No, a natural honey. I'm just saying. I'm not a vet, but I'm just saying it works on our dog.
And myself as well.
Yeah.
So with people, it's something that you need to take regularly. You can't say, I'm stuffed up today. I'll take a tablespoon of honey. It's something that you have to build up in your system. So I do a tablespoon of honey every day, either in my oatmeal or just I take a spoonful, which is quite sweet.
That's sweet.
But very, very tasty.
That's
this is our Southern Gold Bee Farm right here in West End,
Yep.
North Carolina. We do have the smaller jar size as well for $14.95.
We've driven by the beehives. They're literally right here in town. Awesome.
So you've got your pint and your quart. And it's delicious. Look at that. Beautiful
Golden bubble.
golden bubble. Oops, I keep turning it. There you saw it. So beautifully done. That's something that whenever he drops honey off to me, he's like, look at that beautiful bubble. And he's right. It is really pretty, very tasty. If it starts to crystallize on you, that means that it's in an environment that's cold.
Christine found us again on Facebook. Christine, we are going back on Facebook as well as the YouTube.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We are having some audio issues tonight. Looks like it's a software glitch that we're going to have to unload and reload to figure out, but we can't do it in the middle of the show. So
No.
we're figuring it out as we go, but we do have all new sound equipment here, and it's just trying to get everything to go together.
Yeah. So I'm glad you joined us again. I'm glad you found us again.
Glad to have you back. We will be here from now on YouTube and Facebook, both. Well, as long as the software glitch isn't being what's caused the software that's allowing us to do both at the same time is the software that's causing the audio glitch. So we're not sure if we can get around it or fix it.
Yes.
So we're trying.
So that is what I have for bringing the outside in.
Yep.
We've got other pieces like really sweet little round prints of birds. Just all kinds of great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This is the time of year that I just really like to see all that wildlife, the color,
Yeah.
the plants come inside because that's one of the things I enjoy so much about.
Unless the wildlife's eating your plants or outside.
Right.
Yeah.
I
You ever
don't,
seen somebody want to strangle a deer before?
only when they're
Eating
grazing
your
in my
hostage.
yard.
Yeah.
But our neighbor girls did a beautiful job.
They did. We were just out of town, and we gave the neighbor girls a little money to come over and sprinkle fresh cinnamon, ground cinnamon on the hostas every time it rained. It would wash out. Said to come sprinkle fresh cinnamon on. And I tell you what,
Worked like a champ.
like a champ. We have all our hostas intact, and we weren't home for 10 days. So worked well.
It did. Thank you for sharing, Christine. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So remember, while you're watching, whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, can you share on Twitch? Yes, you can. There you go. Remember to like us, to share, to subscribe to our channel.
Type in the chat.
And we
Type in
won't
the
be
chat.
here next Tuesday because it's July 4th. Everybody's going to be out celebrating and fireworks and cookouts and all that great stuff. So we won't be here on the air next Tuesday night, but we will be spending time working on trying to do some little live events that are just not really shared, but just that we can work on our audio glitches to make sure. Next time we're here the week after, which would be the
July
see if I try to add
11th.
7 and 4 together is cute. Yes,
11th.
we'll be back with another show, and we're going to do our best to be glitch-free on the audio. I think the video is working great. I think switching from the two cameras is great. I love the videos in the little window. I love the on-screen prices and the. I mean, it's really just coming together. This is something we do on Tuesday nights, and it's not something we get to devote a whole lot of time to during the week. So we kind of like working on it Tuesday nights. So and it's hard to work on it without going live. They don't really have a way for you to try things without actually going live. And that's when everything kicks into gear. So we don't know if it's working or not. We can't test it. People say, why don't you just test the system on on a Monday night. See, we can't. It just doesn't. The way the software is set up, it doesn't allow for that. So that's what I've got.
Anyway, so for live moments, I don't really have a whole lot because we just got back into town.
Late last night because of that storm.
Yes. So yeah, actually that's free. We were out of town last week. We were out of town for a family wedding and to visit.
Which was great. What a great time.
So if he quits his day job and becomes an MC as a profession, he would. He did such a good job as MC at his niece's wedding.
Asked me to MC the wedding about 6 weeks ago. Never done that before. And I hate being in front of people and talking, obviously. So,
Sir, I have the gift to gab. You're just so shy.
I'm very shy. So I said, well, yeah, I'll give it a try. I've never done it. Why not? Let's give it a try and see what happens. So I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. They told me I did a great job. I don't know if they were being kind or if they were sincere, but I really did enjoy doing it. So
really did a great job.
Yep.
So that's what we were away for. We also brought, if you caught my posts on my personal page, we brought my T-Bird home, Miss Vivian. We brought her home to North Carolina, and here she will reside, so I can drive her more often, not just when we're up in Indiana. So that will be fun. Perfect to have the convertible here in these nice.
That's beautiful weather, yeah.
So
excellent.
Well,
anyways,
wind in my hair.
We're almost coming up on an hour, so let's jump off here.
All right.
But remember to like, subscribe, share, send in cash donations, whatever you like. So the main thing is we really want you to come and visit us in the boutique. Come on in, say hello to Trish. Traffic through the boutique has been phenomenal the last couple months. Just a lot of people stopping in and saying hi. Not a lot of people buying things, quite honestly, but a lot of people stopping by. The boutique is always busy. People looking for ideas, looking for advice. Come on in, say hello. We love it. Even if you don't buy something, we love it to see your smiling faces come in and sitting and chatting. And of course, we love it when you come in to buy too.
Don't forget to come check out the new space, our upside space.
Gently used furniture that we personally inspect to make sure it's in tip-top shape. We don't have anything in there that's got any issues with it. We're very picky about what we put in there. We do consignments now, so that's something you feel free to talk to us about. If you have a few pieces of furniture you're hoping to move, we'd love to help.
Don't bring them in and show us.
Don't bring them in. Call us.
There's a process, but yeah.
Process, yeah. Yeah, we had one lady, and she said all of her stuff was in a van, and she could go get it. She had a booth at an antique store someplace. She shut it down a few months ago. It's all still in her van. But no, that's not what we do.
Operate that way. There's a process. So if you're interested, let us know.
And we don't have used toasters and frisbees and Tupperware. We don't have that. A little different. But come on in and take a look around if you feel like stuff we have.
All right. Ashley, do you have anything else to add before we say goodnight?
Happy Tuesday!
There you go. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Good night, all. Thank you for joining us.
Good night.